Hi, I'm Jocelyn. I've always been the one who makes sure everything in our family runs smoothly, from organizing Mia's school activities to managing our household finances. Mom, I got an A+ on my calculus test. Mia burst through the door, her backpack swinging wildly as she waved a paper in my face. That's amazing, sweetie. Your math skills definitely didn't come from me. I hugged my 14-year-old genius. At this rate, MIT won't stand a chance against you. That's the plan. 4 more years and I'll be crushing their robotics program. Mia grinned, heading to the kitchen for her after-school snack ritual. Our suburban home wasn't fancy, but it was comfortable. Derek and I had worked hard to create stability for Mia. For 10 years, we'd been putting away money every month into her college fund. With Mia's brains, we knew she'd get into a good school, and we wanted to make sure money wouldn't stand in her way. Derek, you're home late again. I tried to keep the edge out of my voice as my husband slipped in around 9 p.m. for the third time that week. Client dinner ran long. You know how it is. He barely looked up from his phone, which he'd been guarding like it contained nuclear codes lately. Your dinner must have been at that boutique downtown. There's a charge for $400 on the credit card. Derek finally looked up, his expression hardening. It's a work expense. I told you I'm trying to land the Peterson account. Since when does landing accounts require shopping at women's boutiques? It was a gift for Peterson's assistant. She's the gatekeeper. You know how business works. He disappeared into the shower before I could ask anything else. The next day, I met Alicia for coffee. 20 years of friendship meant she could read me like a book. Okay, spill it. You look like you haven't slept in days. It's Derek. Something's off. He's working late, being secretive with his phone, changed all his passwords. Alicia set her coffee down slowly. Jocelyn, I didn't want to say anything, but Kevin mentioned seeing Derek at Riverside Plaza last week. He wasn't alone, and it didn't look like a business meeting. What are you saying? I'm saying be careful. Start paying attention to the details. I took her advice. For a week, I watched everything, the credit card statements, his work schedule, the way he barely noticed Mia or me anymore. Then I decided to check our accounts, including Mia's college fund. The sick feeling hit me immediately. There should have been just over $87,000, our decade of careful saving. Instead, the balance showed $62,341. Nearly $25,000 was gone. My hands were shaking as I checked the transaction history. 5 withdrawals over the past 3 months, each one between $4,000 and $6,000. Derek, can you come to the office? We need to talk. I kept my voice steady as I called him. I'm heading into a meeting. Can it wait? No, it can't wait. Someone's been taking money from Mia's college fund. And according to this, that someone is you. The silence on the other end told me everything I needed to know. I'm handling some unexpected business expenses. You don't need to worry about it. Derek's voice was cool and dismissive when he finally returned home. Business expenses? From our daughter's college fund? $25,000, Derek? You're overreacting. I'll put it back before she needs it. He waved his hand dismissively. Since when do you not trust me with our finances? Since money started disappearing. Who takes from their kid's future without telling their spouse? This is exactly why I didn't tell you. You always blow everything out of proportion. Derek grabbed his keys and stormed out. I spent the next hour combing through months of bank statements and credit card bills. The pattern was obvious. Restaurant charges at places we'd never been. Hotel bookings on nights he claimed to be working late. Jewelry purchases. Mom, is everything okay? Mia appeared in the doorway. Just grown-up stuff, honey. Is it about Dad? And that woman? My head snapped up. What woman? I saw Dad last Saturday at the mall. He was at Bella Italia with some lady with red hair. They were holding hands. Mia looked down. Dad saw me and later said it was his boss's wife, and I shouldn't mention it. My brother Nathan arrived 20 minutes after I called him, laptop in hand. This is really bad, Jocelyn. Nathan scrolled through our accounts. He's not just taking from the college fund. He's been moving money from your joint savings, too, in smaller amounts. Can you see where it's going? Most of it's being transferred to someone named Veronica Lacey. Nathan turned the screen toward me. And from her social media, she's not exactly subtle about the gifts she's been receiving. Mia peered over my shoulder at the Instagram page. A stunning redhead posed with designer bags and jewelry. That's her! That's the woman from the restaurant! Mia exclaimed. Look at this post. Nathan pointed to a photo of a diamond bracelet with the caption, "Spoiled by my DE, dated last week." That matches a $3,200 charge on your joint credit card. He's been spending our money on this woman? Mia's college money? I can help. Mia straightened up, determination in her eyes. Dad uses the same passwords for everything, and he syncs his phone to our home cloud storage. What are you suggesting? Nathan asked. I can access his messages, emails, everything. He thinks I only use my computer skills for school projects. Are you saying we should spy on your father? He stole my future to buy some homewrecker diamonds. Mia crossed her arms. Let's get receipts, Mom, digital ones. Mia connected Derek's cloud account to her laptop while he was in the shower. His password was pathetic. Same one he's used since I was like 7. Mia rolled her eyes as her fingers flew across the keyboard. Look at this, Mom. The screen filled with text messages between Derek and Veronica. My stomach twisted as I read their exchanges. Weekend getaway plans, complaints about me, and promises of a future together. She works in his department, started 8 months ago. Mia pulled up an employee directory. Senior marketing consultant. Nathan called an hour later. I've frozen the college account. He'd need both your signatures now to withdraw anything else. What about our joint accounts? Too late. He cleared out most of it this morning, almost $12,000. When Derek came home that evening, I confronted him in the living room. We need to talk about Veronica. His face tightened. You've been spying on me? You've been stealing from our daughter? That money is as much mine as it is hers. I earned it. Derek paced the room, his face reddening. Look, this marriage has been dead for years. I found someone who actually appreciates me. Someone who appreciates your credit card, you mean? File for divorce and I'll fight for custody. I'll drag you through court until you're broke. You think any judge will side with you when I explain how unstable you are? After he stormed out, Mia appeared. He can't do that, can he? Take me away from you? No, honey, he can't. But we need more evidence. I already have an idea. I can set up a fake email that looks like it's from the bank. When he calls the number in the email, it'll record everything he says. The next day, I met with attorney Sandra Williams. This is textbook financial infidelity. Sandra reviewed the documents. The funds taken from your daughter's account will be particularly damning in court. He's threatening custody battles. With this evidence, not a chance. That evening, Derek took the bait. Mia's fake bank email worked perfectly. He called the number, reaching the recording service. This is Derek Coleman. I'm calling about my daughter's college savings account. I can't access the funds anymore. The pre-recorded message played. For security purposes, can you confirm recent transactions you've made from this account? I made several withdrawals over the past few months, around $25,000 total. It's my money, too. Can you verify the purpose of these withdrawals? Personal expenses. My wife doesn't need to know about this. I'm planning to leave her, and I needed the cash to set up my new life with my girlfriend. Can you just unlock the account? There's still $60,000 in there I need access to. Mia looked at me triumphantly as the recording saved. Got him. The morning after getting Derek's confession, I forwarded the recording to Sandra and called Derek at work. The bank called about some unusual activity on Mia's college fund. You should probably come home. When Derek walked in, I played the recording. His face went from confused to shocked to pale in seconds. You set me up. You and Mia set me up. No, you set yourself up when you stole from our daughter. Delete that right now. Derek lunged for the laptop, but I was faster. Too late. It's already with my attorney. Oh, and by the way, I've filed for divorce. This is entrapment. No court will accept this. Actually, I smiled. Sandra says it's perfectly admissible since you freely volunteered all that information. Derek spent the next hour begging, threatening, and bargaining. None of it worked. You'll regret this, Jocelyn. I've built everything we have. And now you've lost it all. By the way, I also sent copies of your explicit texts with Veronica to HR since you were using company time and resources for your affair. His face turned ashen. You did what? 2 days later, Derek was placed on unpaid leave pending an investigation. A week after that, he was fired. The company had strict policies about relationships between supervisors and direct reports, which Derek had conveniently forgotten when hiring Veronica. At our first court appearance, Derek tried playing the victim. The judge wasn't impressed. Your Honor, my client has documented evidence of financial theft, specifically from a minor's educational fund, Sandra stated calmly. Mr. Coleman, the court finds your actions deeply troubling, the judge said. You're ordered to repay the full $25,000 plus $5,000 in penalties to the college fund. Additionally, you'll pay $1,500 monthly in child support. Derek looked shell-shocked. I don't have that kind of money right now. I just lost my job. That sounds like a you problem, the judge replied coolly. When Derek's money dried up, so did Veronica's interest. Mia discovered through social media that Veronica had moved on to a VP at another company barely 2 weeks after Derek lost his job. 3 months later, Mia, Nathan, Alicia, and I celebrated at our favorite restaurant. To Mia, the genius who outsmarted her own father, Nathan raised his glass. And to Mom, who didn't take his crap. Mia clinked her soda against my wine glass. Have you heard anything from Derek lately? Alicia asked. He's living in a studio apartment and working at his cousin's car dealership. The court garnishes his wages for child support and the college fund repayment. Any regrets? Nathan asked quietly. Not one. Our house is peaceful now. Mia's grades are better than ever, and I'm sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Mom's even dating again, Mia said with a mischievous grin. Mr. Harrington from my school called 3 times last week. Mia! I felt my cheeks flush. He's the STEM program coordinator. He's calling about your robotics competition. Sure, Mom. That's why he asked if you like Italian food. Speaking of your future, I changed the subject quickly. The college fund is back on track. Plus, Nathan's financial guy thinks we can make up the lost ground with some smart investments. MIT better watch out, Mia grinned. I'm coming for them in 3 years. To new beginnings, Alicia raised her glass again. And to karma, Mia added with satisfaction. May it always find its target. What would you do if you discovered your spouse had stolen your child's college fund for an affair? Would you seek justice like Jocelyn did? Or would you handle it differently? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this revenge story, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about people overcoming toxic relationships and getting the justice they deserve. New stories every day.